In the afternoon of June 1st, Ukrainian forces launched a successful large-scale gun strike on three major Russian aerospace forces facilities, including Olenya in the Murmansk region, Dyaghilevo in the Ryazan region, and the Belaya airbase in the Irkutsk region, Siberia. Russia has a strategic bomber airbase in the Irkutsk region of Siberia, which is located approximately 4,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Now just think about it. Ukraine managed to carry out drone attacks this deep inside Russian territory, and Russia's air defense systems failed to stop the attack. First of all, understand this. Russia likely never imagined that Ukraine could carry out an attack so deep inside its territory. That's exactly why Russian bombers, AWACS, and fighter jets were parked out in the open instead of inside protective shelters, which led to such massive losses. The ability to engage targets unprecedentedly deep inside Russia was achieved by launching aircraft from trucks deep inside Russian territory. The operation, codenamed Spiderweb, was reported by Ukrainian sources to have been planned for a year and a half, and according to Western and Ukrainian sources has damaged and destroyed more than 40 military aircraft. Among the most valuable aircraft destroyed are two 95MS and two 22M3 strategic bombers, which are both classes of aircraft that have ceased production for more than 2 decades and are irreplaceable. At least 4 Tu-95MS bombers are confirmed to have been lost, with Ukrainian drones reported to have specifically targeted their underwing pylons where fuel and cruise missiles are carried. Of 50 airborne early warning and control systems, which are among the most costly aircraft fielded by the Russian armed forces, were also reported to have been destroyed. Shortly after videos emerged confirming the attack, the Russia One TV channel reported that President Vladimir Putin would hold meeting with government members and Security Council session. Preceding the attack, drones were transported into Russia by the Ukrainian SBU security service and were subsequently concealed under the roofs of mobile wooden cabins in place placed on trucks. At the right moment, the roofs of the cabins were opened remotely, and the drones flew to hit Russian bombers. An informed source told Ukrainian media regarding the incident. The strike on Belaya airbase in Russia's Irkutsk region in Siberia, which is located more than 4,000 kilometers from Ukrainian territory, was considered a particularly major success and demonstrates an unprecedented reach for Ukrainian drone strikes. The facility hosts the 200th Guards Heavy Bomber Regiment deploying two 22M3 bombers. Russian strategic bombers have played important roles in supporting the country's war effort and launching strikes on a wide range of Ukrainian targets since the outset of hostilities in February 2022. On May 26th, for example, the Russian aerospace forces deployed 10 Tu-95 strategic bombers for large-scale Kh-101 cruise missile strikes on Ukrainian targets. The attacks on bomber bases across Russia under Operation Spiderweb coincide with growing frustrations faced by Ukrainian negotiators and talks with representatives from both Moscow and the United States, and at a time of growing losses on the front lines. It also occurred just hours after mass casualties were incurred in Russia after Ukrainian saboteurs allegedly destroyed a bridge and caused a train to derail in the Bryansk region. Ukrainian forces have made multiple attempts to strike bomber bases in the past. On January 8, 2025, a long-range drone strike successfully targeted the Kombinat Kristall fuel depot near the primary operational facility of Russia's strategic bomber fleet, Engels Air Base, sparking a large-scale fire which engulfed large parts of the facility's associated storage tanks. The attack is reported to have destroyed reserves of T-8Vi high-density specialized aviation fuel used by two 160 bombers based at the facility, which is produced through a complex refining process at only a small number of locations in Russia. Subsequently, on March 20th, Ukrainian forces launched a successful strike on Engels Air Base itself, close to 500 kilometers behind Russian lines, with footage confirming that drones were used to cause a major explosion at the facility. The targeting of facilities hosting parts of its strategic nuclear triad is particularly sensitive for the Russian armed forces, with the country's nuclear doctrine allowing nuclear attacks to be launched in retaliation for the targeting of these assets. Alongside attacks on bomber bases, Ukrainian drone units have also targeted sensitive strategic radar facilities that are vital to Russia's early warning capabilities, including a May 2024 attack on a Voronezh DM early warning radar system at the Armavir radar station. That's all for today's update. Please subscribe and like this video.